You've got some interesting numbers. Let's get straight to it. Some polling about a very significant seat in Queensland.
That's right. So I've obtained United Workers Union polling, which has been made available to the Labor Party in Defence Minister Peter Dutton's seat of Dickson, which shows the minister hanging on in the seat if a vote was held last week, but only just. Dutton, who has a 4.6% margin at present and is generally the source of speculation around his marginal seat at each election, is ahead in this polling by just 51 to 49 on a two-party preferred basis. The poll has the primary vote for the LNP at 38.4% in the seat, or about 40% once undecided are included. Amongst men, it is 43.8% for the coalition, but amongst women, just 33.3%. Labor's primary vote is 32.7%, rising to 34% after they include undecided. The Greens are on 10. Clive Palmer's United Australia Party 5, Independent 4, One Nation 5. On a two-party preferred basis, as I said then, it's 51 to 49 to the LNP. Pretty close. The poll was conducted among 1,200 people on February 8 and 9, so a reasonable seat sample was done by UComs. Then the respondents were asked which of the following would make a better Prime Minister. These are voters in Peter Dutton's seat of Dickson. 49.2% say Scott Morrison, 50.8% say Anthony Albanese. But again, the coalition support is lower, or the support for the Prime Minister is lower amongst women. So 42.4% say Morrison in the better PM of women versus 56.4% of men. I do think this is a bit of an indicator that if Scott Morrison loses the election, it will be his standing with women, which is a major contributor to that. And you can then see why he's probably eager to remove himself of a problem on this front in terms of Alan Tudge being in Cabinet. But we saw Nicole Flint, the departing Liberal MP for Boothby, give a valedictory today where she again attacked the left's behaviour against women and said Mr Albanese should act on that.
Men on the left, some of whom are public figures of influence, have done the following. They've stalked me, suggested I should be strangled, criticised the clothes I wear and the way I look, called me a whiny little repeatedly called me weak, a slut, a and apologised for the language, and much, much worse over email, online, on YouTube, on Facebook and on Twitter.
And the polling shows Peter Dutton is a very polarising figure, it seems. Very popular in some quarters, not liked in others. When respondents in his seat were asked what was their opinion of Mr Dutton, 40% have a favourable opinion, 14.2% neutral, 45% unfavourable, only 1.2% had never heard of him before. Very high recognition. With Josh Frydenberg under independent threat in Kooyong, you have both MPs seen as future Liberal leaders facing their own seat battles at this election. And Kieran, I might just add something else. Someone's just contacted me or tipped me to the fact they've claimed that all Labor MPs who were in yesterday's caucus meeting will be required to have a PCR test before the end of the day. So, look, I had COVID last week. I'm immune, but you better watch yourself around here, Kieran.
I will indeed.